The Secessio Plebis, a historic boycott for equality and empowerment. Domenico, can you elaborate on the secession plebis? Chat. The Secessio Plebis, or the secession of the plebeians, was indeed a significant event in the history of ancient Rome. It refers to the withdrawal or strike by the plebeians, who were the commoners or lower social class, from the city of Rome to assert their rights and demand political concessions. During the early period of the Roman Republic, which began in 509 BCE, the patricians, who were the wealthy aristocrats, held most of the political power and privileges. The plebeians, on the other hand, faced various forms of social and political inequality. They were subject to debt, lacked representation, and had limited access to political offices and legal protections. In response to their grievances, the plebeians initiated the Secessio Plebis as a form of collective action. They would leave the city and establish a separate community called the Plebeian Assembly or Plebeian Council. The secession was not a one-time event but occurred multiple times throughout Roman history, with the most notable secessions taking place in 494 BCE, 449 BCE, and 287 BCE. The purpose of the Secessio Plebis was to put pressure on the patrician-dominated government to address the plebeians' concerns. The plebeians sought greater political representation, the establishment of written laws, the 12 Tables, and the creation of the plebeian tribunate, a position that provided protection and advocacy for their rights. Over time, through negotiations and concessions, the plebeians gradually gained more rights and representation in the Roman Republic. The plebeian tribunes became a powerful political office, and plebeians were eventually allowed to hold the highest political position of consul. The Secessio Plebis played a significant role in shaping the evolution of the Roman Republic and its political institutions. It represented a struggle for equality and helped establish a more balanced and inclusive government system. It paved the way for a gradual expansion of political rights and improved social conditions for the plebeians. Although inequalities persisted to some extent throughout Roman history, the Secessio Plebis serves as a testament to the importance of collective action and the pursuit of social and political change in the face of inequality and injustice. It remains a significant event in human history, highlighting the power of the people to challenge existing power structures and demand greater rights and representation. Domenico, I consider it the first and largest boycott in human history. Chat. While the Secessio Plebis in ancient Rome shares some similarities with modern boycotts in terms of collective action and demands for change, it is important to note that they differed in certain aspects. The Secessio Plebis was more akin to a political strike or withdrawal rather than a traditional boycott aimed at economic pressure. The primary objective of the Secessio Plebis was to assert the plebeians' political rights and secure concessions from the patrician-dominated government. It involved the plebeians physically leaving the city and establishing a separate community rather than actively abstaining from certain economic activities or products. The goal was to demonstrate their significance to the functioning of the state and negotiate for political reforms. Boycotts, on the other hand, typically involve a collective refusal to engage in economic transactions with a particular entity or to purchase specific products or services. They are often driven by social, political, or ethical motivations and seek to exert economic pressure or influence to bring about change. Boycotts can target businesses, institutions, or even entire countries, and their effectiveness lies in disrupting economic activities or tarnishing reputations. While the Secessio Plebis represented a significant moment in ancient Roman history, and collective action was indeed a central element, it is not commonly referred to as a boycott in the modern sense. The term boycott emerged much later in the context of Irish land reform struggles in the late 19th century and has since been associated with various social and political movements worldwide. Nonetheless, both the Secessio Plebis and modern boycotts highlight the power of collective action and the mobilization of the masses to challenge existing systems and advocate for change. They serve as important historical examples of people asserting their rights and demanding greater fairness and equality. Domenico, it's an extreme form of boycotting if you think about it. Chat. Yes, when examining the Secessio Plebis in Rome from a broader perspective, one could argue that it shares certain similarities with boycotting as a form of collective action. The secessio plebis involved the plebeians withdrawing their participation and support from the existing polity.